Many thanks for staying with us. This is still Politics HQ on News Central Television. Now, let's move to Ondo State, where we understand that there are 17 candidates, incumbent governor, that's Lucky Aiyedatiwa that's the ruling All Progressives Congress, and also the former deputy governor of the state, Governor Agboola Ajayi of the main opposition People's Democratic Party, are the clear front runners in the forthcoming Ondo polls. Now, the other candidates include Oluwaseyi Ajayi of the AAC, Olatunji Popoola of APGA, Isaac Ogunfeyimi, that's of the APM, and also Shola Ebisheni of Labour Party and Olugbenga Edema of the NNPP. And we also have Babatunde Ali of PRP, amongst others. The Independent National Electoral Commission says about 2,053,061 voters have been registered for the poll. The latest figure includes 58,708 new voters added during the continuous voter registration exercise. Now, according to INEC, about 3,137 voters transferred their registration into the state, while 123 voters transferred out. Well, joining me on the program right now to discuss matters as regards the forthcoming governorship election is Steve Otaloro. Is the Director for Media and Publicity, APC Ondo State. He joins virtually. Thank you for your time, Mr. Otaloro.
Thank you very much.
All right, it's great to have you. Now, a quick one. Is the APC, looking at the elections just being days away, is the APC comfortable with the arrangement, particularly by INEC?
Well, by and large, I think we are comfortable with all the arrangements made by INEC. They've been carrying us along, all the political parties, in fact. I think there have not been any issue whatsoever from outside, that's the APC. I think we are comfortable, and we just believe on the day of the election is what really matters. You know, we hope the security people will be in charge. They've done everything possible to make sure this election goes well. That is our major concern. But so far, INEC has done very well.
Okay, now
we're comfortable with the arrangements so far.
Okay, great. Now let's look at it from a broader spectrum. Are there reservations as a party?
Well, none for now, except the barrage of attacks from the opposition. That is what they want to make it look as if this election has been compromised. But we believe so far what the INEC have done, they've done well. And if you look at the way and manner this campaign has been going on, there has not been any issue whatsoever in all the 18 local governments. So we hope, hopefully, it's not just towards the elections that matter, but on the D-Day, that's the 16th of November, this coming Saturday, we hope INEC equally get it right, security-wise. So by and large, there's no problem from our side, All Progressive Congress. We don't have any issue with the INEC. We don't have any issue with any political party, except their attacks that has been very torrent, But we believe it's one of those things you expect in an election of this magnitude. The opposition will always come after the ruling party.
I mean, on this program, just like some conversations we've had in the past too, we've had some members of the opposition come on board to air some concerns, and permit me to just highlight some of the concerns they have expressed, particularly when it comes to the ruling party in the state. One of which is the fact that in terms of campaign logistics, use of public space, either for rallies and campaigns or, placing of posters and banners, they claim that it seems to have been monopolized by the ruling party. And there's also concern around use of thugs, to sort of intimidate some of members of the opposition. I would like you to react to those two first before I unleash some other pending issues.
Well, regarding use of space, it's not in our hands. As a political party, it's not in our hands. There are so many space out there they could make use of. Election is not it's not a tea party. It's not something you just start and you think almost immediately. You have a whole year, if not more than a year ahead of you, to have made arrangements for everything. All the logistics must have been put in place. But see, what happens with most of these smaller political parties is that they just came on board suddenly. They are not even having ambition before now. But suddenly they came on board to say, after picking, we don't even know when they conduct their primaries. And we just realized that we're having about 17 of them, which is ridiculous. Because if you look at the states, a major party we can talk of is not even up to, it's just about two. One major political party, that's the PDP. Other political parties that came on board, well, there's been listed by the INEC and they are good to go. But for them to come up to say APC is monopolizing space, that is not true. Those spaces where they are talking of are privately owned, all the billboards and stuff like that. These people want to make money. They can only give it to whoever comes forward to ask for it, which they've done. You know, that we have more space doesn't mean that.
You said they can only, I'm sorry, I just need clarity there. You said they can only give it to
all the billboards are being managed by some agency, private agencies.
Which is in what currency, please? Did you just say dollar?
No, it's in Naira. It's in Naira. I don't know, maybe they're getting dollars, I don't know. But we know we paid in Naira.
Okay.
You know, all the
I needed to be clear on that. Okay.
They are owned by private entrepreneur. You know, they are looking for money. If you come forward to pay them, they will definitely accept it.
How about campaign grounds? Are all the campaign grounds also owned by private entrepreneurs?
Well, probably the only one I know of, that's the Democracy Park, owned by the government, and it's still under management. If you come forward to ask for it, the management wants to make money as well. They will accept it. But to say APC is denying them, that's not true. That's not true. Why would we deny them? We can't deny them. If they say we are denying them to make their campaign in the street of Akure or anywhere in Ondo State, it could have been a different thing entirely. But to say they're denying them a space, a government-owned space, under a management, it's not in our hand. As a political party, we made arrangement far ahead. We know this election will be coming up in November 16, and our campaign will take off before then. So we made arrangement for all these things ahead. But you see, like I said, political parties have not been doing their due diligence when it comes to doing the right thing to get all what they need. They've not been doing that. Maybe probably that is why they are complaining that PDP, for instance, says they are being denied of the Democracy Park. The Democracy Park is not in the hand of the governor. It's in the hand of a private management.
So you are saying the governor? You are sorry, please. You are saying the governor has no control as to who uses Democracy Park. The governor cannot influence it, even though it's a public space.
There's an agency run by government. They have to make money. Okay. If you want to make use of that space, you must make some arrangement ahead before you get it. They will be willing to accept money. And when they didn't use the Democracy Park, they went ahead to use somewhere else. It's not as if there's anything special about the Democracy Park that you have to make use of. But they're making this an issue just to create an impression that the ruling party is denying them access to most of these public spaces. It's not true. And they know this is not true. They just want to make an issue out of it.
All right, let's also talk about the issue of using political thugs to intimidate some members of opposition, and issue of vote buying too, or inducement.
Thugs, well, so far so good. This campaign has been going on smoothly across the 18 local governments. There have not been any report of violence in any of the 18 local governments by all the political parties. So, and as a political party, APC, we are the party to beat in this election. We've been preaching peace. We didn't just sign that treaty the day of when it was signed. We've been preaching that treaty is something we've imbibed for a long time. We've been telling our members we are in this election to win. And any act of violence is not something we detest it in all ramifications. We've never allowed any of our members to be involved in any thuggery whatsoever. Anyone who involved in that, they should come up and say, this is the person. But definitely, I can assure
Mr. Otaloro, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, we seem to lost you for a moment. Now, let's switch gears to talk about some issues in the state. Now, we know that the current governor has been governor for about 10 months, but prior to that, he was also the deputy governor of the state. Can you just tell the people of Ondo State, I mean, 3 major projects has been able to achieve in this past few months, or maybe even years as deputy governor?
Well, I've seen members of the opposition come on board to say, to give credence to what Governor Arab, the late governor, did. You know, some of the projects, they are now appraising him just because he's not on the ballot. And these are the same set of people who are equally attacking when he was going for his second term. All what former governor did, governance is a continuum. This present administration has been faithful to continue with it. And he has even set a record of that, his own legacy too. Recently, in all the three senatorial districts, roads were flagged off. This governor employed more than 2,000 work teachers, to beef up the staffs of the teaching profession. This governor has employed people in the health sector. This governor has done a lot when it comes to welfare of workers. The backlog of arrears and gratuity has paid off. He's only 10 months in office, for God's sake. And within that 10 months, he has received a lot of appraisal from workers. If there's anything he has been doing faithfully, it's welfare of workers. He has increased so many things in all that sectors, you name it, that within 10 months, ordinarily, anyone wouldn't have done as much as he has done. But like I said, governance is a continuum. This governor is faithful with what his former boss has done, and he has continued in that trend. Right. But they are not giving him credit for that.
All right. You said some road projects have been flagged off. I would like you to be more specific as regards the areas in Ondo State where those road projects have either been done or ongoing. And also, what is going on with electricity in most parts of the state?
Well, electricity is not in the hand of the government, but this government is doing.
I'm sorry, but it's been deregulated. So, I mean, states too can play a pivotal role in it.
We just started our own now, and it will go round. And being deregulated doesn't mean you start that project now and you complete it almost immediately. It takes time. Even the documentation takes time. But one thing we cannot deny the fact that this governor is so passionate about restoring electricity in the southern senatorial district who have been cut off from the national grid for some time now. People who Popoola now enjoys light. People before now who doesn't have access to electricity and are having it. And now we are starting our own power generation. And by the time it goes full stream, people of Ondo State will be relieved in that aspect as well. This governor, like I told you, flag off of Idari roads. It's a road leading to Idari. I just flagged it off during when we had this flag off campaign. Roads in the northern senatorial district to Ikare, Akoko area, yes, flag it off. All the roads, the former governor has been doing it in the central senatorial district, especially in Akure. He has continued. No one has ever come up to say that this administration is lacking in that area, because they thought it was the late governor that did all this thing. Yes, it was the late governor. But when you continue, continuation, credit should be given to who it should be given to.
But the governor has also been accused of spending, insane amount of money to build a fence, at the government house.
Well, they forget to say that it's even building a new government house, started by the late Arakuni.
But should that be priority given the economic situation of the people of Ondo State, building another government house? Why
wouldn't that be a priority? Every sector is a priority to this government, not just where he lives. Not just where he lives. You just come into the government house, you will expect some renovation work going on. And how much is the cost of the fence that they are making issue out of it? It's just trying to upgrade the government house. And it's not his house, not his personal house, government house, for God's sake. So why will anybody have an issue with that? I didn't see any issue in that. They're only making an issue, trying to be petty. And this is not what we expect. They should, all the energy they are using to accuse APC government, they should have directed it towards this campaign. It should be an issue-based campaign, not attack.
I mean, that's what for many people, that is an issue, because they would ask and say, how does that trickle down to the day-to-day living of residents in the state? I mean, but I think we should go, on a quick break. When we return, we'll definitely pick up from there. Do stay with us. Many thanks for staying with us. This is still Politics HQ on New Central Television, and we at this moment are discussing the forthcoming governorship election to hold in Ondo State in Nigeria. I have with me Mr. Steve Otaloro, is the Director for Media and Publicity, Ondo APC. He joins virtually. Thank you for staying with me, sir. Just a quick one. I mean, before we wrap up the conversation, I would like you to speak as regards what the IGP did say, that Amotekun and other, will I call it vigilante corps within the state, had been barred from being a part of the election. Does that affect you as a party, knowing fully well that Amotekun is actually, being financed to a large extent by the state?
You see, what led to that was that it's unnecessary saying you're banning Amotekun. Amotekun will not even be part of this election. The PDP started this. They said Amotekun, the head of Amotekun, is the head of security of APC committee. We told them we don't have any committee that is security. God is our security. We believe in the security forces. We don't have anything. They made it an issue. So that was the reason the Inspector General of Police steps in to say he banned Amotekun. Amotekun has never been part of this election. I will never be part of it. So for the Commissioner of Police was not properly briefed, and that was why he made that statement. But we understand. You see, in this era, people will always bring up issues, to support the fact that they are already on the losing end. They are just looking for excuses.
So are you saying there are no legitimate concerns as regards operation of Amotekun in the state?
Amotekun will never be part of the election. Even if they are invited, I'm not sure it's their responsibility. They have a different thing to do entirely. They are overwhelmed with their work. Why would they be involved in the election? How will we bring in Amotekun? We've never done it as a political party before now. Why will we start it now? They are just part of, their plans, to disrupt this election with different rhetorics, different attacks on APC. They only said that, and I think the IGP also read it, the newspaper also. That was why he made that statement without even consulting with his Commissioner of Police here.
As a party, are you going to contest that? Are you going to write, to the IGP explaining your stand and maybe advocate that, in a way, maybe at community level, it'd be part of the security arrangement? Are you contesting it?
Well, he has made, we are not in any way. Amotekun, that he made that statement is okay. If that will pacify the opposition, I should give them some reassurance, because we said it before now, before the Inspector General of Police made that statement. We said it, Amotekun will not be part of this election. They will not be. They have primary responsibility. They are overwhelmed with their own job. Why would they be involved? So for the Inspector General of Police to have made that statement, well, maybe that will clear the whole thing, that Amotekun, not in any way, they won't be part of this election.
All right.
And we are giving that assurance as well.
Okay, great. Now, the Ondo elections did happen recently. As a party, are there takeaways for you?
Well, we are focused on our election. Let me be sincere with you. We are only focused on this election. We are bringing issues before the electorate. We are more concerned about the electorate. We devote all our energies on the electorate. And we've been receiving overwhelming support in all the 18 local governments. What happened in Ondo State? Well, someone has been declared and he has won, and that's it. We are not even using that as a yardstick. If there's any takeaway from Ondo elections, the fact that we're going to win as well, and win clean, So the opposition are aware, they are aware of it, and that's why they're jittery. They are very, very concerned that this election is as good as won by APC, by the special grace of God. Come 16 November, Ondo State people will go out and vote overwhelmingly for our political party, because virtually we go everywhere. We're the only party here. When you put the whole entire 18 oppositions together, they are not even near what we are going to deliver in this election. Because even the opposition, the main opposition political party, which is the PDP, more than 90% of their structure has been collapsed to APC. Who are the people left in that party? None. And that's the concern. The few people even left, the 10%, are not even working with their candidates. So you could see their dilemma. You see the position they have. So the only thing they could do now is to cry foul
All right.
There's none.
You said that the structure of the PDP in the state that to a large extent
more than 90%
have been collapsed into your party. And you are not concerned as a... You said the structure of the PDP, more than 90% have collapsed into the APC in the state, right? And you are not concerned as a party that you might just have moles, you know, lurking around your party.
Well, if you call them moles, you see, politicians move to the right place where they believe their interests will serve better. We didn't see them as moles. We see them as potentials, people that will help us win this election convincingly. You know, back to back, we've been winning election in Ondo State, and this will not make a difference. And if they are not even here, we'll still win this election. But to tell you more than 90% of people, of political gladiators in a political party moving to one political party, you could see the catastrophe they are into right now. And they know this. And their candidate and everybody in PDP are guilty.
All right.
I can come back to you after this election to tell you what will happen. 18-0. All the 18 local government will be delivered to APC by the special grace of God.
So you're saying it...
Everywhere you go, it's APC. It's APC.
Okay. Well, would maybe love to have you after the polls, you know, happened in the state. But thank you.
Come back and tell you the results. And you must have had the result yourself.
Well, we'll look forward to that.
All delivered to APC. The last time it was 15-3. And that was when they have a political heavyweight like Jagede, which from the central part, you know, all the structure right now is with APC. We are the party to beat in this election.
We'll look forward to that. But thank you so much for your time, Mr. Steve Otaloro, as the Director for Media and Publicity of the APC in Ondo State. Thank you for joining the program this evening, and all the best.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here. Thank you.
All right.